Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death and welcome back to my Let's Play Space Engineers series. First off, there has been a patch, as is usual, on Thursdays. In this patch, they've added multiple heart bars. 4 of them. Very, very convenient. Something that has been needed for quite some time. They've also added, what they call it, hotkeys to various things to go with our multiple hotbars. So we can do that, and it has the little value down there on the bottom, down there. Quite useful. It's going to make our chop shop run a lot better, or a lot easier to use. Let's see. They've also changed weapons so that you can shoot them out of something connected to rotors, which allows some more interesting turret designs. And they fixed a number of the issues with pistons. I'm not sure if they fixed all of them or not, but there was a large number of fixes that were focused on pistons. Additionally, I am also not certain if they have fixed the mod folder type thing not loading properly, and there were some issues with loading the textures and stuff that I was having problems with. I have not checked that. I will probably check it maybe before the next episode. As far as hidden stuff goes, there was not anything that I saw in this patch that was added. So no hidden stuff, no clues to what's going to happen next week. Maybe they're just getting better at hiding it, I don't know. Today, I think we're going to play with some pistons and work on our chop shop a little bit more. There are a few different ways we can go from where we are now. In the previous episodes, we've built this framework, with the inner framework being the size of our hypothetical ships, the largest cargo ship. Then we built these shovers to shove the cargo ship right in the center. And now we have a few different options, specifically with how we're going to grind up the ship. So possibly the most obvious option is to use a lathe type design. That is, you push out something that connects the ship, and then it spins the ship, while you have something that comes out, like a line of grinders that come out, and the ship just spins into them, and the grinders slowly extend while the ship is spinning until there's no more ship to grind. That is one option. It is not the option we're going to choose, at least not initially. I'm not quite sure which option is going to work best, so we'll be starting with what I think is going to be the easiest one, and then see how that works, and if it doesn't, we'll come up with other things. The next option is to shove the ship into some grinders in various configurations. You could, of course, have the big giant wall of grinders, which we've already said we're not going to do. But other options include slicing the ship up into pieces and then grinding these slices, which is what we're going to do. We could extend that further, slice up the ship into pieces, into slices, I guess. And then chop the slices up into cubes. And then shove the cubes into a small group of grinders. I'm somewhat on the fence between those last two, but I think we're going to go straight up with the slicing thing and see how that works. If that does not work well, I have some other options. So to start out with, we'll have... Yeah, I guess we can put it here. We're going to have, say... Grinders. Where are you? Grinders. Right. That's going to be a problem, connecting them. But we'll figure that out later. We'll have, say, a 10 by 10. Well, actually, not a 10 by 10, but a 9 by 9. 1, 2, 3... 4. 6, 7, 9. So out that way in every direction. And we aren't going to leave the traditional space between them, mostly so that these grind the ship faster. But off that, let's see, that'll be... So this will be the 10th block. And then we'll come out the 9 space, and then we'll have the slicing ones. So they'll be... How would that work? Go that way. Go that way. Have a line of them. Come on. Cooperate. There we are. Line of them coming out this way, all the way to the edge of our frame here. And the same on the bottom. So what we'll end up with is 3 slices of a ship. This will actually probably go 1 higher and come across that way. So we end up with a thin slice and 2 thicker slices. And then we'll push the ship this way. Actually, let me finish placing the grinders and welding those, and I'll be right back. The grinders are done. We aren't really going to worry about the conveyors and tubes and all that stuff this episode. That'll be a future episode. What we are going to worry about is this part. We're going to have to shove the ship into the grinders. Thus, we'll need a shover. 1 shover for each segment. So, 1 for the center, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, for a total of 5 shovers. And we'll want to make sure that they don't extend past this block. Ideally, we'll have them a little bit behind this block. That's the edge of our chop shop area, whatever you want to call it. The edge of our ship plus our margin of error, our maneuvering room, I guess we could call it. That's to start out with. I think we'll use 2 blocks for a... Going to have to build this in reverse order. So it's 2 blocks for landing gear. And then we'll have probably a heavy block backing. And we'll probably build 3 by 3. Shovers. Which means there. Really? I mean, come on. Realize I'm in the way, but still. Like that. And we're going to do this several times. So this segment is 10 by 10 and 10 by 10. And that would make this one 2 minus that 8 by 8, 8 by 30 or something like that. 8 by 30 there. But that's just going to come off here. A couple extra blocks. Ten, 9, 19. Move that over. I'll just use frame. Yeah. So go out 9. Then we'll build another 3 by 3 one. Do that on the other side. And here we're going to go up. I guess we could just go up 9 too. We may add another line of grinders going that way and that way if we want them to be completely square. I'm not sure. It depends on how well this works and if we need to change it. Take out these two. So let me build the rest of the feet, whatever, and I'll be right back. I changed the spacing a little bit. I realized that we want these as close to the center as we can to deal with ships that are only slightly larger than our main grinding block. So there's now a 4 block space between these side ones, and a 6 block space between the, we'll call them the top and bottom ones. Now then, we need to add pistons, enough pistons so that this can be pushed all the way to the grinders. If you remember, this structure is 59 blocks across, or 59 blocks deep in the direction of travel, which means we need 10 pistons, each piston representing 6 blocks. To do that, you go out 20 blocks, then an additional block, for the piston to sit on. And we're going to just build a whole bunch of pistons. Let's see if we can. Is that facing the right way? I don't know why I can't do that. Maybe this is in the way. Okay. Oops, wrong one. There we go. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then what we'll do in the last little spot, we'll put kind of a doesn't really work. Suppose we could make this a heavy block and then remove this one. And then we'll put, say, a merge block there, and another merge block here, and that way we can extend them and they'll fuse together. And that should fuse all the piston heads together that way, since this block will be right next to each other, so that when they merge to the same thing, that will merge these blocks as well. At least that's a hope. Let's try out the center one, because that's going to be the tough one. Probably facing the wrong way, aren't you? That's a problem. Oh, you're facing the wrong way. One still is a problem. So maybe we'll just have like ones on the corners then. We really don't need all 9 of them. And that'll make it easier in the long run. Ah. Why do you keep doing that? That's on 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need one more and we don't have room for it. Yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Must have counted wrong when I was doing this then. So we will move this whole thing back a little bit. And then I'll do it for all of these, and I'll be right back again. Let me show you how I'm doing this, since we cannot place 4 blocks like that. First we have the 2 on the sides, with a couple of merge blocks. Which we just hop out. And let that extend. Until it stops extending. And now it's connected in. And it's all one structure. For the sides, we hook up our tug to the little piston thing. Make it wobble a little bit. Enough that we can place one, and then we repeat the process with the merge blocks. So we'll leave that alone. Let's see, turn off those. Repeat the extending thing. Ah, come on. Off. Okay. And now we just fill in the gaps. Like this one here. And that is how we're doing it. But that's all we're going to get accomplished this episode. I'll finish the rest of them off camera. Next episode we'll work on something else most probably. But like if you like. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.